Hi everybody, it's Get Real in the Kitchen with Deanna Olson, and it's chili night, so this is the finished product. But the main issue is that it has to taste right, and there are so many versions of chili. And I've tried a bunch, and some of the recipes don't turn out, but I do have some that did turn out that I'm pleased with, so I'm going to share this particular one with you. So Wild West chili. And what I just did is put, and the recipe's right below in the description, a couple tablespoons of butter in there, and sauteed the onions. I like to use yellow onions a lot. Chop that up, sauteed it till just starting to brown, not too brown. And then I put the ground beef, 1.5 pounds of ground beef in there. It's 80 to 85%. And I like to use that. It has a lot of flavor, but if you want to use something leaner, that's fine. And frankly, if you want to use ground turkey, that works. But so I don't just take the ground beef chunk and throw it in the pan. I wash my hands, make sure they're clean, and then I crumble the ground beef so that it gets all around, and then it's easy to stir and incorporate. And then I had to turn that warming center off. So then I put in tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and it's a big clump because it actually, it's 2 tomatoes, so I use at least 4 or 5 of these Romas. Now I like to use the Roma tomatoes. I read once they have more flavor, and when I buy them at the ones at the grocery store, and I agree. So I use those, although I do like the little tiny cherry tomatoes for salads. And then the chili beans, and I had somebody tell me they didn't know about what those were, and I only learned about chili beans because they're called for in recipes. They're sitting on the shelf with the canned beans, and they are pinto beans that also have chili spices, chili, maybe some garlic powder in there. So 30-ounce can, and I don't drain that. So after the ground beef was in here and I drained it, so here's the drained grease. The way I did that is I take the pan and I put the bowl that I'm draining it to in the sink, and then I carry this over, and I'm draining it by holding the lid with the thumbs so that just the grease comes out. So after I did that, I put the beans in, the fresh tomatoes, and the spices. And this one calls for chili powder, but also cumin and curry powder. And you will find that the curry powder is not overwhelming. It is not curried chili, but it just gives it this incredible pep. And then it calls for salt, of course, and some sugar, and then a crushed bay leaf. And some of the recipes, you'll learn this from trying different recipes, says to crush the bay leaf. So you do crush it in your hands like that into little tiny pieces and throw that in the pot. And then it gets incorporated. So that is a common recipe technique. And I love to try recipes, and that's how you learn all of these things. I'm a huge pro recipe. Try it, it may turn out. So I just put all that in there and let it sit for an hour, simmer for an hour. So it's ready. We're going to taste this, and you know this freezes super well. I like to freeze it in little containers that, little plastic containers in a lunch side portion. Well, I'm very happy with it. And yes, very happy. So thanks for tuning in. Happy chili trails. Don't forget to subscribe. And it's one take from Denver live. See you next time.